Now, KuttyPy has this visual programming interface, and I'm just going to go through it. It has all these options here, different blocks for creating your program. And whatever you create, the equivalent C code will also be generated here. Let me start with a sample. Now, because if you see the connected components, I have a BMP 180 and a display connected. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a sample that is already made for you. And what this does is it allows you to go step by step through the creation of this program, where it will instruct you what each step is doing. So we're setting DDR-B to 255 because we need all pins to be output for the red LEDs. And we need a loop, etc. So I can just skip through this or just automatically assemble. So this has a variable here where we're continuously reading values from BMP 180, the temperature value, storing it at temperature, and navigating the cursor to the top left of the LCD and showing the temperature values there as, let's say, with 2 decimals instead of scientific notation. Now we have an if-else condition here. If the temperature is hotter than 29 degrees, then set the register port P to 255, which means all the red LEDs will glow. And if it's not, turn them off. And now that I run this, it says, okay, USB not connected. So what should we do? We should connect it, and it is automatically detected in the browser. And now we're good. Firmware detected. Let's run this now. Now, if you look at the display here, if I put my finger on it, it heats up. Above 29, the red LEDs have started glowing. Below, they're off again. Right? So this works. And so I don't need this here. This is the program that's continuously doing this monitoring and setting the LED power. Now, this requires a laptop to run, but since the equivalent C code is also generated here, you can compile it with the Cloud Compiler and upload it, which will make this a standalone device. But before that, there are some features that you can only run with a connected laptop. For example, if I want to plot the temperature value as a function of time, I just need to add a plot block and run this. And now we have a plot appearing of the recorded temperature, which is pretty cool because you just had to add one block and now you have all this information here, right? So I'll stop this, undo and remove the plot block. We'll go here to the C code part. So let me set this to 2 decimals and go to C code. And the C code here, there's a little bit of help at the bottom which will tell you what each function does as you mouse over it. But we need to open this in C compiler, where we can compile this code, which will tell you how much space it takes, how much RAM it utilizes out of the total available thing. You can also look at the different linked functions, even the raw hex data, that is the output of the compiled thing. So now what we need to do is just upload it. So there's a common button for it called compile and upload. So this will essentially compile and upload the 3.4 kilobytes program, and that's it, done. Now when you click on run, it will essentially disconnect and allow this to run as a standalone unit. So what you can do is you can disconnect from the USB and give it any 5-volt supply and it will continue executing this thing. So this is now running in the firmware. There's no link to the laptop anymore. And I can just unplug this and connect it to any 5-volt source and get the logical flow running. So that's it for the visual programming part as well as the C code generation. Now, there is a serial monitor that you can see here. So in order to use that, anything that you want to print on the screen, if you use the in-out print block, as I print the variable temperature, when you run it in visual, you have the temperature values appearing here in the output. But if you take the C code and you compile and upload it, any print statements that you use will be output to the serial monitor. So now you see you have the temperature data showing up in the serial monitor, and also there is a little graph that's also appearing. There's a couple of stray data. It was a parsing error probably, or maybe I touched the wrong pins while heating it. But yeah, so there is a built-in serial monitor. There's a little bit of help section here. And another thing that you can do as an instructor, if you make programs yourself, you can always say explain code and edit the registered part here. So whatever you add here, you can now download as a separate XML file, or you can save it to your own workspace in the cloud. And all the instructions for each step will be saved there. And later on, you can share it around.